Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a flip through of this journal that I created inspired by Claudette Hasenjager and the journal that she created for the Get Messy class called Courageous Adventures in Art Journaling that she's collaborating with Char Derouin. These two and their collaborations are a constant source of inspiration for many, including me. Get Messy is also collaborating with Meg Journals in Junk Journal January. So I used this journal for the prompts for Junk Journal January, and I'll show you those as well. I created this journal out of a file folder for the inside, and then the outside is some mulberry papers that I had painted up and marked up and then quilted together. Before I sewed the quilted portion to the folder portion, I added the belly band, I added this pocket, and then I created this little pouch of prompt cards from some of the scraps of heavy cardstock left over from my 100-day project in 2021. They're just one-word supply prompts that will come in handy for me to use as jump starts and remind me of the different supplies that I have and may not use that often. I also sewed an additional pocket into the folder portion before sewing the two parts together so that I could put some ephemera in there to use in junk journaling. And I embellished a few pages, added a couple of little tags before I got started on Junk Journal January. Just really inspired by Char and Claudette in the way that they add special things to their journals. This wasn't following any prompts, and it looks like I'm going to need to repair my security envelope there. For the first Junk Journal January prompt, it was about resolutions, and I was resolving to stop ruminating. And yeah, I know, good luck. The second prompt that I did here is Starry, and those are the lyrics of a fun kind of dance song that I like called Starry-Eyed Surprise by Oakenfold. Super fun to dance to, actually. So I just created a little pocket for a tag, extending the journal pages out a little bit, and I cut out all of those little stars, again inspired by Claudette. Here is Stained, and those are my stained hands, and stained hands to me are proof of joy. For routine, I am so not a routine person, so I created this little tag, and then on the other card, in pencil, for a reason, I created a kind of daily routine, and this list kind of just refers to the things that I do on any given day. For embellished or decorated tag, I did this little shaker tag full of little sequins that you can shake yourself free. And for stitched, I did a little stitching on some fabric, stitching them together, and then just stapled them to this piece of vellum that's a page. For shimmer, I just added some shimmery gold trim and some really shiny gold watercolor. For hidden, I hid this little book of secrets in a tag that's inserted in that side pocket. Shh, don't tell. Yeah, this little book is so cute, and basically it's made out of scraps. The next prompt is Bloom here on the left, and then top 5 on the right. And I guess I got lazy, and rather than picking 5 different things, I just picked one thing that is my top 5. And I think you can gather that that's the case for me. This prompt is hand lettered, so I just used a couple of pages to hand letter this quote. Next is stickers on the left, and throwback on the right with my spirograph. On the left here is a dual prompt, Folded and From the Day. From the Day is this little piece of the Artist's Almanac right here that was January 17th of this year. My friend Jen gifted me the almanac, and then we had an art play date together, and I journaled a little bit about that in this folded up piece of paper that I just kind of cut and MacGyvered into a little folding journal. I had used some of those little stars that I cut out for Starry, and I got to delve into all my little mini journal stuff, which was fun and a change for me. This little cluster here clipped to this page isn't a prompt, but it was inspired by Claudette, and I just embellished the back of this card that I received from Esther, who creates amazing hand-carved stamps. I'll put a link to her Etsy shop in the description box. And then the number 7 has significance for me, especially in January, because my birthday is January 7th. Next, here on the left is texture, where I've just put a bunch of masking tape and gesso and glitter. And that little image is from the Artist's Almanac from last year. And I think it was a page of Kristen Peterson's. And the right side is my version of Barcode. Here on the left is Hobbies with a quote from Winston Churchill and my list. It's pretty exhaustive. Next is Wordy, and I chose to write out a quote from Don Miguel Ruiz about being impeccable with your word. And here we have Intricate, where I used Ray Misc's mask from Stencil Girl to create the botanical in the centerfold, and then used a couple of colored pencils to color in each leaf. This fold out is old and new, and I used some gelatos that were one of my first ever purchased art supplies that are pretty old, and a new art supply that I got, which is this really cool gold watercolor. This is the prompt Unexpected. This 2-page spread is the prompt Scenery. And the last prompt that I did was one color, and I just pulled out a bunch of my pink art papers and cut little droplets out of them. And I'm just paging through the rest of this junk journal. It has 2 signatures, so that's the first one, and this is the second. I created a pocket here with some Origin magazine quotes and little ephemera to use later. And that's it for now. When I get more in this, I will probably do another flip through. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you visiting my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so that you can be apprised of any new videos that I put up on YouTube. See you soon.